man. Pulled up, saw this Super B SRT. Wait, what? Wait, hold. Damn, man. Hold up, man. Who you fooling, bro? Not me. As I drive that Malibu, bro. Yeah, bro. What is going on, tube? You back to the channel, ladies and gents. So, first of all, excuse my do-rag, man. I ain't had a haircut in like 2 months. I'm just trying to keep it packed down as much as possible. So bear with me. And that's really it. Let's get right into the video, chill. As you can tell by the title of the video, we'll be going over, jumping from a cat to a cat, like the things you can expect to pay for, maintenance, insurance, payments, yada yada yada. We'll be going through, just a couple of things you might not necessarily be thinking about when you're making that jump. If you're like me, first time you saw it, man, you're like, oh man, it's only a few more grand, only a few more $100 a month. Why not just go for it? And you end up going for it. So let's talk about the people before you make that jump. Some things that you should probably look at, and some things that kind of open my eyes that I didn't necessarily see when I had the Scat Pack. And like I said, a lot of people, they only see that price and they're thinking, oh, payment's only $100, $200 more a month. I can swing that, and they jump right into it. So jumping into it, first things first. Obviously, the most obvious thing is going to be the car payment itself. Now, obviously, the car's more expensive. You're going to pay more. That's just the way it is. That's just simple math, man. You borrow more, you pay more. There's nothing really to discuss about this. It's going to be more expensive, or for the car payment anyway. Now, obviously, you can try to get a used one, but most of the time, if your used one is around the same price as your Scat, that probably means you got a lot of miles and you're probably out of warranty, or it's probably like a 2015 or 16, and you might have some things to worry about. So, if you did end up going used, here's some things you should probably look at, or we'll get into a couple of things that you should probably look at before you get into that. But before we hop into that, we're going to talk about insurance next. Now, for me, when I was staying up in North Dakota, the insurance on my Scat Pack was about $150, $160 a month. The minute I jumped up to the first Hellcat, it jumped up to about $250-ish a month. So almost a $100 jump between the two, and that's to be expected. It's not crazy, but it wasn't, necessarily cheap either. Now, obviously, it's gonna those prices are gonna vary depending on you, your driving history, the type of car, the size of the engine, where you stay at. All those things play a factor. As a matter of fact, moving from North Dakota to here, the Scat Pack or the Hellcat price range jumped up, or insurance costs jumped up to $360. Now it's for 3 cars, by the way. There's 3 cars, renter's insurance, all that other jazz that I have on my insurance plan. But for the Hellcat itself, I think it's about $160 if I'm not mistaken, just for the Hellcat alone. Everything else is like way cheaper. So we talked about payments and insurance. Now obviously those things are going to go up, but let's talk about the not so obvious stuff. So say you did end up getting, the used Cat. It's got, 20, 30,000 miles. One thing that you're going to probably need to look at is brakes sometime soon. These cars don't get driven lightly. It's just not a thing, especially with 30,000 miles on them. And people who, do drive them lightly, you might be all right, getting up a used one, less than 10,000 miles. You might be okay with brakes for a little while, but eventually you're going to have to do them. And I guarantee you haven't looked at the price difference between the 4 pistons and the 6 pistons. Now, obviously, if you already have the 6 pistons on your Scat Pack, I don't think there's much of a difference because they look exactly like the 6 pistons on the Hellcat. But we're going to talk about some oil changes, and you might be looking at some. But we're just going to talk about the 4 pistons versus 6 pistons. So the 4 pistons, here's the price that I could find on mmx.com. Not too bad, right? Not crazy at all. That's about what you could expect, and that's about the price that I usually saw when I was looking at brakes and pads and rotors for my Scat Pack. Now, here's a price for some 6 pistons. That's a huge jump, man, and that's just something that I didn't look at. Now, one cheap way to get around this is people actually buy the rings, which is the outside part of the rotor itself. They would just get the rings themselves, and that's way cheaper than getting the brakes and rotor combo together. So they would just get the rings and then the pads, you know, and then slap them all on together. It's one way to go about it, but we're just trying to keep this as simple as possible. So we're just going to do price to price, new to new. And as you can see, the new 6 pistons far outweigh the cost of the new 4 pistons. So that's one thing that you should definitely look at, especially if you're getting a used cat. Another thing that we're going to talk about is oil changes. Now this is just regular maintenance that you're going to have to do regardless if you buy new or used. So oil change for me for the scat pack, the last time that I took it to actually get done, it was about 80 bucks. I didn't get to take it here, obviously, because I got rid of it before I moved here, and I had the Hellcat before I got out here. But I did make the trip down to my local dealership, and I asked them, hey, what's I just curious. Now, the oil change was coming due. I did it myself because I was planning on doing it anyway, but I was just curious what they charge for an oil change anyway. I was already in the area, so I said, screw it, let's see. I asked him, hey man, how much for an oil change? What's your guys' price for oil changes around here? And he was like, synthetic or full? He didn't ask the engine or anything like that. He just said synthetic or regular. And I said full synthetic. He was like, oh, it's going to be around $86. I was like, all right, that's not too bad. You know, I've seen that type of price before. And the minute after that, he asked, what type of car is it? And I was like, it's a Hellcat. He's like, oh, those are a bit more expensive. Now, not sure why, don't know how. It's the same 4 bolts that hold the little protective pan. It's the same drain plug. It's the same oil. It's the same amount of oil. It's the same freaking oil filter. Now, why the huge price hike? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And I do remember when my friend Marvin, he took my cat to get the oil change out in Vegas when I left it with him to watch it until I got out here. And it was $140 to get it changed out there in Vegas. So that seems to be the price out here, is $140. That's stupid, it's expensive, and I simply won't do it. So I just do it myself. So that's one way you can save a coin, but if you, for some reason you can't change your oil, you don't know how to change your oil, I don't know. But if you're in that boat and you need to pay for someone to change your oil, then that's the price you can expect to pay. Let's say a water pump went out and on your used cat. So here's the water pump on a Scat Pack. This is just the average cost. You know, this isn't a set price or anything, just what this website has, you know, tracked, you know, prices and what people have been paying. And this is what they say the average price of a 6.4 replacement water pump is. And here's a Hellcat. So as you can see, that's a huge price difference, man. I don't want to pay that. And I'd flip a head gasket if my water pump went out. But I got brand new and I'm covered on the warranty. But for those of you who don't get brand new and maybe this isn't something that you factored into a possible, you know, a break or something, or this could be something that you run into. And I think that you guys should, you know, be thinking about these things before you make that jump from a scat to a cat. Like, do you have the money for repairs? That's the biggest issue that people run into, and the biggest reason why these things sit for so long after they go broke. Because you just don't have the coin to fix them, man. Like it's just the way it is. So one thing, the next thing that we're going to discuss is something that I have personal experience with. And you guys, you've been with the channel for a little while, then you've seen this, or you're going to be right here with me. So the next thing is going to be an engine replacement. Now, look, why would you have to replace an engine? It's a Hellcat. All right. Anyway, that was lack. So I bought my 2015. Had just over 6,000 miles. Just over 6,000 miles on it, 2015. Everything under the hood looked bone stock. Everything was bone stock. 4 days later, the car blew up. For those of you who don't know. So for those of you who don't know, 4 days later, the car blew up. And it sat at the dealership. They did all sorts of investigating and digging and scouring and tear down to try to find out why this happened. Basically just trying to pin it on me. I didn't do anything. I told them I bought the car 4 days ago. I drove it down here and now it's blown up. That's it. They asked for service records. I had everything that, because I haven't touched it yet. So I gave them everything that the last owner had, and like, here you go. This is what the dude had done to it before me. And luckily, I didn't have to foot the bill. It was barely covered. I think I had like 5 more months of the powertrain warranty, but the powertrain warranty saved my ass. So for those of you wondering how much it costs, let's go ahead and see how much a Scat Pack or a 392 costs. About the 8 grand. Now, obviously, you can get them used for, you know, a little cheaper, but for comparison's sake, we're just going to keep it brand new. We're just going to say crate motor for crate motor. And here's a 6.2. Yeah, you'd be real hurt if your engine went out on one of these things and you were out of warranty. You'd be freaking livid. I guarantee it. I guarantee you'd be in a hurt freaking world, man. I bet you try to go blow the damn car up because you're not gonna want to pay that. I know you're not. But it's just something that you have to be looking at, man. That's just the way it is. You have to look at these things. And for me, I didn't look at these things. I got lucky. I got saved. That powertrain warranty saved my ass. Could I have paid for it? Yes. Did I want to? No. No. That would have killed me, bro. 17 grand for an engine on a car I just got. And can you imagine? Oh, man. But I didn't have to. The powertrain warranty saved me. So if you are looking at a used Cat, I highly advise you try to get one with at least a powertrain warranty. If you want to take it a step further and you know, invest in a full powertrain warranty or a full third-party warranty, I'm not a fan of those, but hey, your coin, spend it how you want. You can, you know, invest in a full powertrain warranty or the full third-party warranty if you want to. But as far as manufacturer warranties go, that's what saved me. And if it doesn't have that, I don't advise you, you know, getting the vehicle. Like if it's already out of warranty, if it's already used or already modded or something like that, I don't advise you getting these cars. They're stupid expensive to replace and repair. But if you got the coin, go ahead, man. You do you, boo boo. But this is for the younger cats who may not necessarily have that coin, or just may not, you know, be thinking that it would be such a huge price difference between the repairs on a Scat versus a Cat. But if it's your first time stopping by, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you guys get a notification when these videos go up. So we're going to do the Instagram channel, Low376Slow, all one word. I'll put it down in the description. And that's really all I got for you guys, man. I hope this video helped you. And if it did, like I said, just leave a like. If it didn't, hey, share it with someone who do you think it could help. So that's all I ask. I'm out. Peace. Oh, before I go, stay tuned for the next video. I'll finally be doing a review for the springs and for the catless mid pipes. So the reason I'm going to lump them into one video is because I put them on around the same time. So I think, you know, it's been about 2, almost 3 weeks now. So I think it's about time. I've had enough time behind the wheel to give a fair opinion and honest review of what I think about these two mods. So stick around for that. All right, for real this time, I'm out. Peace.